Hitting the button.
Hit the button.
There she hit the button. I saw her do it. Push the button like a pro.
I am a pro at pushing buttons.
The pro from Dover. Well, that's all DJs do, right? They go, and then they hit the button. They drop the beat or whatever the hell this.
And you got to hold your little headphones like you're cool, while you're doing it.
Oh yeah. Hey, you know. Hey.
Well, here we are. It's Eat Talk Repeat. It is again just the two of us, John.
Oh, I mean, I'm almost ready to vote Sam off the island.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I'm just thinking, he's got.
Maybe the listeners need to stick up for Sam. If they want him to come back, you're gonna have to tell him.
Well, he is a very busy boy. I get that. I mean, he has so many balls in the air. I mean, 3 kids. Multiple businesses on multiple continents. Yep. I mean, it's just
yes.
Yeah, as I say, he walks in the room and I get exhausted. And just looking at him.
His kids used to be on different continents, so that made it difficult. So here we are, another great episode. We've been doing some really fun stuff, but let's first, for the listeners, introduce ourselves. And I think a lot of people wonder why we still do the intro, because now we're on YouTube and we'll put all of the handles up. But we still have so many listeners on Spotify and Apple Podcasts that they don't have that luxury. So let's do the old-fashioned interviews for everyone, John.
Okay, I'm John Curtis, the infuriating. I'm gonna read the script here. Imperious, irascible, indefatigable nano-influencer, or whatever, or I like to call myself the world's greatest restaurant critic.
There you go.
Let's just leave it at that, okay? Modesty is my forte. Mm-hmm. Find me at Eating Las Vegas on Twitter and at John Curtis, JohnCurtas, on Instagram. And I'd like to get a few more followers here and there. So sign up, folks. I know a lot of people don't like Twitter because it's kind of a cesspool of all kinds of politics. But there are people like me. And some people use Twitter for recipes, or sports trivia. I mean, it's not all a political toilet, exchanging, throwing bombs at each other. So I do post a lot on Twitter because I use it almost as a diary for me on Twitter. It's just easier for me to, when I'm someplace, I post. You can only put 4 pictures on Twitter. And I'll say, I'm here, eating here, blah, blah, like it, don't like it, here are the pictures, and I move on. And then at the end of the year, end of the quarter, I go back and scroll through. So that's why, if you want to follow me, like almost day to day, Twitter's the one to do it on. And that's about it. And I've been doing this now. This is my 31st year of covering the Las Vegas restaurant scene.
And I don't know if you mentioned it, but eatinglv.com.
Eatinglv. Yep. My website, which has my 36 favorite restaurants of the year so far at eatinglv.com. So go there. It's a good old-fashioned food blog.
And look, my pro tip to anyone is if you just have a spare minute, rather than doom scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is you do, go to eatinglv.com and go into the archives.
Yeah.
Go read the reviews from yesteryear because John was feisty.
Yeah, I've mellowed a lot. Well, it started in 2008. So how many years ago is that now? Holy, 17 years ago now? And 10, I started to mellow out a few years back, but I was pretty cranky back in the day.
Well, we're happy to have your cranky sorry ass now.
Yeah.
So, and I'm Ash Watkins. I am the Hamburguesa Principesa of Las Vegas, and I am a legendary food critic in my own mind, and we will keep it there. And you can find me at Ash the Attorney on all platforms. And we make up this lovely show, Eat Talk Repeat. You can find us at Eat Talk Repeat on all platforms. You can follow, subscribe, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, all of those things. Email us, cheers@eattalkrepeat.com. That's where you send all of your hate mail, questions, fan mail.
Pet peeves that we will share.
You submit your pet peeves on our website, eattalkrepeat.com. And subscribe there. We're going to do some fun stuff with that. when I get another 24 hours in every day. And fun update, John, we have 400 subscribers on the YouTubes.
Boom. Hey,
Boom.
We're big time. Yeah.
And a lot of credit and shout out to Josh and Rachel, our friends on YouTube, for, I think, sending a lot of their viewers our way. We're happy to have you, and we hope you love it. And
yes, I know I have a face made for radio. Before you say it, think it or say it. She looks great on YouTube, but just, you blank me out if you want to.
but you've got all the personality.
A lot of
It's fun
gesticulation.
it's fun getting you feisty.
Yeah.
Programming notes. We went to Tamba this week.
Oh, yeah.
We did an on-location interview, a non-experience, and a spice blending tutorial.
Second to none.
Second to none.
Experience. And very spicy, too. We saw spices. I mean, it's a deep dive. It's a deep dive into Indian food like you can only do in our best Indian restaurant.
Absolutely. And we had a great interview with Sunny, the owner,
Chef Singh and Olivier.
Yep, and so
we covered a lot of bases, and that'll be, I don't know when we're putting it up, but that's going to be. I really think the early favorite for Restaurant of the Year, not just at this podcast, but probably a lot of other people's Restaurant of the Year in another couple months is going to be Tamba. So if you want to see what all the shouting's about, wait till we drop this episode and we take you behind the scenes and you can see all kinds of cool stuff.
Absolutely. That was my takeaway. Restaurant of the Year, it should go to them so far. That episode will drop sometime during October when we're all kind of out and about. Also, one thing about that episode, we didn't really talk about the food after we ate it. We didn't come back and drool over the food. So we'll have to do that.
That's true. Yeah. We went back in the kitchen and saw how they make their spices, which was fascinating, and the ghee.
But you did that already. You already drooled over the food in several episodes.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
This
Tamba is great. I mean.
And then later today, this is Friday, we will be at Greek Fest, wandering around.
Yeah, we're going to basically do we're not doing live. We're going to record it and then drop it later to show everybody what all the great Greek food is about that I'm constantly bragging about at Greek Fest.
Yeah, it'll be similar to the Vegas Unstripped episode where we're just kind of on location, rogue, and eating a lot of food. And hopefully I will find the ouzorita.
Yeah, I'm gonna. In fact, remind me to text my cousin who's running the bar there.
Okay.
And to make sure they're still making the ouzoritas.
Okay, perfect. And reminder: Friday 3 to 11 p.m., Saturday the 27th noon to 11 p.m., Sunday September 28th noon to 10 p.m. And get your tickets at Las Vegas GreekFestival.com/festival.
Well, and this is going to drop. This episode is going to drop right about the time the Greek Fest starts.
Yep, it'll an hour or two before.
Insider tip: the best time to go is Friday afternoon or Sunday afternoon. Okay,
Not Saturday.
Well, Saturday is just it gets mobbed. Okay,
okay.
Go early. Whatever day you pick, go early. Don't say, well, let's go there at 7 o'clock Saturday night or 7 o'clock Friday night, because you will just run into crowds and lines. But if you get there kind of when the doors open, around 3 o'clock on Friday or noon, Saturday or Sunday, you can wander right up, get all the food you want, and sit down, and then all the bouzouki music starts, and you can go crazy doing shots of ouzo.
And then
But enough about me.
Yes, and last but not least, on our programming updates, we will finally be awarding our Burger Crawl winner. Next week we will do it. That episode will again drop in October, and it's going to be a fun special episode on location at Delmonico, and it'll have interviews with the Chief Culinary Officer, Ronnie Rainwater.
Yeah, Chef Ronnie Rainwater, the greatest name in food.
It really is. He would have been a great football player. That's a great football name too.
Yeah. Do we cover the bases or what? We go to
Seriously.
Greece, India, burgers. I mean, what else do we have
over.
to do? I mean,
Bazaar Meat.
Bazaar Meat. We're going to get to that today.
Yep. So
we got to the brand new old Bazaar Meat.
So we'll touch on Tamba lightly because I don't want to give too much away. Bazaar Meat, and then what's this coffee class?
Well, okay, let's get that out of the way right
You want to
away.
do it right now?
Yeah. I just went there because the food gal. Well, there's not a coffee shop or coffee bar in town she hasn't tried. Let's go to the coffee guys. I want to see how their coffee. They do Onyx coffee. I love Onyx. Oh, sorry, but that's kind of my invitation of her. And I go, honey, it's just gonna be like every other mid coffee place, and it was.
It was.
Yeah, well, I
Where
mean,
is it? Where is it? Where is it?
It's West Sahara in the same shopping center as. Well, not in the shopping center, a little bit past like where Burgundy Cafe is. It's on the street there where Siena Deli. It's right along that area.
Okay.
Nice build out. I mean, kind of slick. I mean, the pastries were okay. There, Cafe Breche has nothing to worry about. The coffee was fine. It was crowded. It had all those suburban people in the Summerlin, all the women with their yoga pants on and their Lululemons and their little water bottles walking in, and all the teenagers in their I mean,
if you need a Halloween costume, I think we just found yours, John.
Scene. I mean, it's just like you could tell this is the cool coffee place. It's in Summerlin now. We all have to go there, and they are. And I was like,
is it a chain?
It's locally owned.
Okay.
I understand, and they have a couple others in town. And the food gal loves their Onyx coffee. For some reason, that's apparently a big deal in the coffee world. And I'm mainly there for the pastries, and I tasted a few, and they were fine, but there was nothing to write home
Not worth
about.
the drive.
Not worth the drive. If they're in your neighborhood, go there, okay? But I prefer Burgundy, a bakery and cafe and bakery, or Cafe Breche if you're a real, aficionado of French pastries. But for what it was, it's a nice place, nice build out, and go there. And that's about all I can say about it.
Okay. All right. Well,
The coffee class on West Sahara.
So let's get into some food news you can use. We should be able to hammer this out quickly and because today we're going to go through a bunch of comments and questions.
Yeah, we're going to catch up with our loyal listeners. And and thank you very much. Okay.
Food news you can use. Wild Fig, they're doing a $500 giveaway contest where you can enter by writing a review for one of their dishes. Ends on October 1st. Go to their website for more info. Also, they're doing a buy one, get one on their pulled pork on Fridays for pickup only. You buy a pound of pulled pork and you get a free pound. That's a deal.
That acronym BOGO, I never saw that one before. I didn't know what you were talking about.
Buy one.
I get it. I'm not as dumb as I look. How could you be? Okay.
And apparently, I mean, that's a great deal. $20, you get 2 pounds of pulled pork. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've got to talk about.
I know.
Our
That's
party.
I know.
Go ahead.
You
first.
do it. You.
Well, so we have a little party to welcome back our friends back from Europe, and they were back in town. So I invite a few people over because I have a buttload of cheese and charcuterie from Curds and Whey, cured in whey. And my eyes are always bigger than my stomach when I go to Cured and Whey. So I've got this refrigerator full of stuff, and we have friends back from out of town. So I say, let's invite some people over. Like be a good host. Like I have a wine coolers with wine, and I've got beautiful soppressata and some salumi, and I've got some speck from northern Italy, and I have all kinds of cheeses. Tête de moine. I've got Petit Basque. Big chunks of things. And I figure I'm going to invite 8 or 9 friends over, and they'll help me eat all this stuff before the food gal throws it out. So our buddy, Don, shows up, and he decides to bring 4 pounds of wild fig barbecue. And everybody eats the barbecue and forgets about the charcuterie, okay? So at the end of the party, great party, by the way.
It was wild fig barbecue. That's how we got here.
It was wild fig, and they had the pork musubi, and he had all the pulled pork, and it was delicious. I tried it myself, but I mean, it sort of defeated the purpose of having all you over to my house. Okay, because at the end of the day, we're still wrapping up cheese that didn't get eaten.
But yeah, so Saturday only the musubi.
Musubi, because that's what he said. Only on Saturday. Oh. They put pulled pork on the rice, and they wrap it with the seaweed, and pretty good stuff.
And they don't do the pulled pork. You pick your protein. So we had brisket.
That's right. There was
pork belly.
That's what it was.
We had
pork belly,
brisket and pork belly musubis, and then we had a tub of
3 pounds of meat.
And
thanks, Don.
And Grillo's pickles, which
Grillo's pickles, very good. Yes, the apotheosis.
It slapped.
Pickles. No cap.
There we go. Okay, so check out Wild Fig. We love them. Boa Steakhouse has announced their opening date,
Excuse me, I'm about to go to sleep right now.
October 17th. For those of you
Who cares?
Okay,
Who
fine.
cares?
Okay, we're moving on. One of Vegas's top 100 restaurants is closed.
In whose mind?
Oh, yeah, the RJ. So per the RJ and Vital Vegas, Barcode Burgers has closed its doors after almost 10 years of service. So RIP
10
Barcode.
years of mediocre burgers.
Yep.
Okay.
RIP. Diner Ross has transitioned. I think we've already talked about it, but I'm only doing this again for this. It was always an elevated diner, but they are now Diner Ross Steakhouse. Right. So, yeah. But apparently they've got a cool thing, which I usually like at places where you do a steak flight. So you get a couple ounces of New York strip, ribeye, and filet mignon.
You're going to put up with all the bullshit of getting to the link.
No.
Oh, link is nothing but bullshit. Getting there, parking there, getting there.
Yeah.
For something that's done better in 20 or 30 better other restaurants in town.
I go there if I'm going to the disco show, which is fun.
Huh?
You gotta dance.
You dance?
Yeah.
You actually dance?
Oh yeah, it's really fun.
You have to be drunk first, though, right?
That's why you go to the diner.
Okay,
you get drunk.
I get it.
And then you go to the disco show, and you have a blast. It's actually a really fun time. So check it out if it looks like something you might do.
Haven't you buried the lead here? The big closing?
What?
You missed the biggest one of all, the big closing. Emmett's.
Oh, I forgot.
You don't have Emmett's on here. We're going to end on a high note.
We already did this.
We're going to end on a high note because there's a couple of really good things coming up.
Yeah.
We're going to end on in like 2 minutes here. But yeah, Emmett's closed. To no one's surprise. Remember?
You called it.
Oh, I called it. Like the minute they all, I said.
You were like,
yeah,
doors closed, ahoy.
Yeah, look at this place. I mean, some guy who was a well-known jock 30 years ago in Dallas, Texas, opens a steakhouse. We went once, looked around. It was huge. It was empty. Apparently, they owed $400,000 in rent.
Ouch.
I mean, to know someone, and I got probably got 5 different DMs the day that it was announced. They said, "John, yeah, look, are you sad about this?" I was, what's it? It's these money grabs by celebrities that come to Vegas. I mean, they get what they deserve.
But don't you remember they had drama before they opened? They had a chef from out in Southern California that they changed the locks on him. Don't you remember?
No, I don't remember this.
Oh yeah, there was 2 legal wars going on. It was Emmett's was opening, and I'm forgetting the chef's name, but he's out, and I think he does the deck or did the deck in Laguna Beach. And he was coming in to do it, and then they locked him out of it, and then he sued. And it was when Mother Wolf was in their lawsuit. But yeah, I mean, I think we saw this coming a mile away. When we were doing the burger crawl, we went. They had a great deal. That burger, fries, and a glass of wine for like under $20, and I felt like I was stealing from them. But yeah,
it was also an atrocious location.
Atrocious.
Right on inside well, not inside, but facing out on the boulevard from the fashion show, but kind of tucked in a corner there. Nobody could see it. I mean, it was. I look at these places and I go, who thinks these are going to work? I mean, what brain trust gets together and go, yeah, that's a good idea, But but anyway, so good riddance to Emmett's, and it never even got off the ground. But nice build out though. Hey, somebody wants a nice restaurant with a better concept in a bad location. And Emmett's is up. I'm sure.
What would you put in there?
Oh God, I don't know.
Like a cheesecake factory?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, the crowds they get just walking up and down there.
The Maggiano's
and Capitol Grill, kicks ass. And again, Capitol Grill has a huge clientele just upstairs, and this is right underneath it. I mean, what were they thinking? I mean, it was just. I don't know what would work in a space that big, but they're gone, and that's it. But let's accentuate the positive about Stubborn Seed. What's going on at Stubborn Seed, one of our fave restaurants?
We love Stubborn Seed, and they are for the locals, everyone. So with the chef's tasting menu, if you're local, 7 nights a week when you show your Nevada ID, tasting menu, get complimentary glass of bubbles on arrival. Plus, this is the big plus, complimentary valet at the Conrad, which is normally $45.
Which is, you just valet your car there and walk right in. I mean, it's
right
like
in.
It's like 100 feet away from the valet. It's
and
great.
their self-parking is actually one of the worst. I mean, it's
Yeah.
free, but you still have to walk away.
It's long. You know why the food gal loves that? Because she says we're always overeating
Yes,
when we're.
yep.
She goes. She likes the fact that we have to walk there
Yes.
and then walk back to the car because you probably walk a good 3/4 of a mile. You
Yep.
know.
But yeah, so check out Stubborn Seed. Also, their burger, I think it's on. They have a happy hour menu. I also think their burgers cheap, and it's one of the
Stubborn
burgers.
Seed. Oh my God! I mean, it's not on the tasting menu, but go to the bar and just get it. It's one of the best in town. Yeah.
And then Fountain Blue, also for the locals. If you dine at Q, La Côte, Vita, or Washing Potato, you can get 20% off. Complimentary valet with validation and 3 hours self-parking. So another pretty solid.
Yeah, nice. These are the hotels trying to get people in the door. I mean, it still costs $40 to park at Caesars. You know what I mean? So your $30 hamburger will cost you $70 at Peter Luger.
Let's do pet peeves,
Right away?
or do you want to wait till after?
No, let's do pet peeves right now.
Let's do it.
I want to get out of the way because I've got.
Okay.
You're
I'm gonna go first.
gonna go first. Okay. Because our two pet peeves, I think, play off of each
It's
other.
a yin and yang this
yeah,
week.
this is it. Yeah, this is.
I don't have a peeve this week. I have a props. A high five, big bravo, standing ovation to restaurants that take the time to sit in their chairs, bar stools, walk around, see how everything looks, feels, and actually is for the customer. We went to 2 places this week, both of which knocked it out of the park on this end. Tamba and Bazaar Meat. You sit down, you could sit there for hours and not feel uncomfortable, not be wiggling around, readjusting, trying to get comfortable, or making sure your legs don't fall asleep. Both of them. And in Tamba, we were sitting in the booth, and at Bazaar Meat, I was in a chair.
But the chairs are like, they have arms. I mean,
and they're wide, and they've got a back, so you can put your handbag or clutch right there, and you don't worry about it falling through.
And they're soft, but not too soft, because you don't want to. It's like people really thought about them, like the booth. The booth at Tamba. Mm-hmm. I mean, I remember I talked about one of. Well, I'll get to my pet peeve in a minute, but it's so smooth, and the back hits you at just the right height. I mean, the way it curves, you can fit 4 to 5 people there. It's a well-spaced table. You've obviously got real pros who put a lot of thought into that and sat in the plate before they bought these things.
And measured the heights of the table compared to the booth, so they knew like leg heights were making it. Arms weren't. You didn't feel like a little kid cutting
or your
too
feet
high.
are dangling.
Yeah, I mean, too many of those. I mean, we were talking about it at Tamba, and Tamba even. I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but they even have like fabric and baffeting under
to muffle sound under the table.
The table, and just really well thought out. So props to those restaurants, and advice to anyone on the verge of opening one. Check it out. Don't just order in a catalog and think it looks good and it'll work, because it sometimes, and a lot of times, it doesn't, and we know, and we hate it.
So she accentuates the positive. My pet peeve is the negative, the contra part of that. I mean, I hate to throw places under the bus, but I will. I mean, I love 1228 Main, but they have booths in there that no one obviously ever sat in. They're not the right height. The fabric is like sticky fake leather that your ass actually sticks to when you sit down. And they're also too small. They're like a booth that really only fits 3 people, which is really odd. And they're also too high
and puffy.
Yeah, puffy. And now I'm not a tall guy. I'm 5'8". That's it. But I mean, okay, so I'm a little bit shorter than average, but I'm not, really short. And my feet are dangling because they don't touch the bottom. And the table seems to hit you at an odd height, and your ass is sticking to the seat
aggressively,
so you can't slide. And if you make your way into the back of the booth, you really have got some issues.
You're fucked.
Getting in and out of there,
especially
okay?
if your feet don't touch.
And your feet don't. I mean, I'm throwing 1228 under the bus for their booths that obviously, and they have. And let's face it. I mean, I've always said, for 30 years, I leave the mom and pops alone. You run some little mom and pop hole in the wall on Spring Mountain Road, and I'm not. You have the crappiest little chairs imaginable. I forgive that, okay? Because you're feeding a family of 8, with what little money you make there. But this is the Wolfgang Puck operation with real money behind it, and they screwed that up that badly. But they're not the only ones. I mean, a lot of them come to mind. Chairs that are too high, those cheap metal chairs I can't stand.
Oh.
With the weird. You see them in a lot of bars and restaurants, and you sit down and it's a feng shui thing. You immediately don't feel right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus what like Tamba and Bazaar Meat, where you sit down and go, yeah,
I'm home.
I'm home. It doesn't mean you're gonna spend the night there, but I mean, you can concentrate on the company, the food, the experience, and not constantly be thinking this just doesn't feel right on my ass. Okay, and that to me, at too many places, do not bother. I mean, I'm trying to. There's a couple.
I know one. Who was it? We love James Trees and what he does. So, and I'm not really throwing them under the bus, but they've at Bar Bohem, they had these really cute rattan, like tall bar chairs, which are lovely, but they're not going to withstand the wear and tear. And we were talking with Jonah, and he was like, yeah, I mean, you get a designer in there and it looks beautiful. It photographs great, but long term, getting people of all different heights, weights,
ages,
in, out. Like it's not a chair that's being used like at home.
Well, okay, just to take that one step further, I mean, Petite Bohème, love the bar, love everything about it, but the booze and the couches there are too low, okay?
Yeah.
They're too low if you're, let's say, a man or a woman of a certain age, okay? You probably...
Petite Bohème, the bar.
Bar. I mean, they're low slung.
Yep.
They look great. You can just see the designer going, oh, my God. And you walk in, it gives off the right look, the right vibe, but... You sit down and you sit back and you're down and your knees are up.
Yeah.
And then when you have to get out, it's like, all right. You know what I mean? It's like you're thinking about getting up.
You're in a couch. Yeah.
You're in the couch. And I mean, I would think you would want an easier getting in and out of a couch for the turnover you want at a bar.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're not just picking on those two because there's a lot of guilt to go around here, but there's amazingly how many places I eat in.
Think about it. Tell us which ones you notice, because now that it's on your mind, you're going to notice it, and if you haven't already. So that's our pet peeve and my props, and keep being thoughtful. And then we're going to take a break. We'll be back, and we're going to go through comments and all the other listener peeves when we come back.
I'm the best.
Personal injury law has been the same for a long time.
The best.
Big egos, greed, and sleazy schemes. We've had enough. Welcome to Sam and Ash, the new standard for personal injury law, where things are done the right way, because you deserve a team that delivers real support and results. When you have both, your whole world can change. Sam and Ash Injury Law, because you deserve what's right.
All right.
We're back.
Back. My coughing fit has subsided.
Yeah, this part of the show is brought to you by Hall's Menthol.
And Ricola.
Sometimes when you talk a lot, it happens.
Yeah, well, I'm still feeling the hangover from that virus of 2 months ago. Oof, that thing was nasty.
I know. I've been warning our employees here at the law firm.
Yeah.
Watch out. It's going to hit you, and it's going to hit you hard. So.
By the way, I'm kind of like the canary in the coal mine about this a lot. It seems like year in and year out, I get something. When I get something, it's like weeks ahead of everybody else, and then I hear, everybody's just going around.
You're patient zero or
yeah,
one
yeah,
or whatever it is.
I had it 2 months ago. Yeah. Anyway, we have a lot of cool and interesting listener peeves, listener comments, listener questions.
Yeah,
so let's get to them.
Listener pet peeves, these, submit them on our website, eattalkrepeat.com. There's a space there where you can fill it out. And from Gary J., this is a good one. Sweeping a dining room next to people while they're eating. It can be done properly, but most employees don't pay attention to the dust they're stirring up.
Yeah, that's... I can't imagine this being done in a really nice restaurant.
No.
Okay.
Unless someone like spilled or like dropped something crazy.
Do you remember the story I told a couple years ago about this at the Korean place in Spring Mountain Road in Chinatown? Yeah, I remember telling it on this pod. But we're always checking out the little mom and pops, and there was this little place. It's now gone. It's in an area, Spring Mountain Road, kind of on the western end of Chinatown. And there was a little mom and pop place, and I think it was run by two little old Korean ladies. You almost felt like you were in their in your house, because one would take the order, and then you could tell they were cooking in the back, and all those soups and stews that make Korean food so soul satisfying in the wintertime. So we went there a couple times, and one night we go in and it's empty. It's like 7:00 at night, but it's like Tuesday night. There's hardly anybody. There's one other person there. And we order, and we sit down, and it's a fairly clean place, not a dirty little joint at all. And suddenly, one of the old ladies comes out. She has a bucket and a mop, and the bucket is filled with that disinfectant.
Oh, yeah.
And she starts mopping the floors around our table, not 6 feet from where our feet
like
are.
Clorox.
It's like we're the only people. So she went, well, now's a good time since there's nobody. I'm going to start disinfecting the floors. So the smell of this disinfectant is all over us before the bulgogi shows up, okay? And we just were looking at each other and laughing and going, just some people are just clueless. I mean,
They really are. Just like I don't know what it is, but
that place, they didn't last either. So, yeah, we hear you, Gary J. Yeah. So from Bill K., his pet peeve is when his favorite podcast, Eat, Talk, Repeat, fails to drop an episode for a week. And will they ever be back? Well, yes, we will always be back until we're not.
I know, Bill. It is hit or miss with us. We are... I think we're like little kittens, and Lakin had to herd us around for a while, and sometimes it just didn't work.
I think we do okay for basically a free, we're sponsored by Sam and Ash, of course,
Yeah.
but I mean, for what we do, we put out a fair amount of content here. Yeah.
For having day jobs,
Yeah.
I mean, you are retired now. You have no excuse. But yes, I agree. So, Bill, we hear you. We're doing better. Like next month, we have already got a bunch of stuff in the can so that you won't even notice we're gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, David K. Diners taking cell phone calls in the restaurant. If they use their speaker phone option, it absolutely ruins my dining experience. For God's sake, can we not take a break from technology to enjoy a meal? This country is addicted to cell phone technology.
Well, yes. And the answer is, you're right, David K. We cannot take a break from technology. And people are just rude asshats.
They
about
are.
Shit. In a public place, to be like standing there. I mean, it's one. Didn't we talk about this a little? It's one thing if I'm kind of having a one-sided conversation and you're sitting right there and I'm, yeah, okay, I'll call you back and blah, blah. That's one thing. It's another one when you've got your speakerphone on and there are people 5 feet away from you at a table and you're just, and I told him not to take that deal and I will call him back next Wednesday and you make sure he understands. I mean, like, what the hell? It's like, who raised these people? That's what I want to know.
I want to know, is it because they think, well, it's no different than if someone was sitting here talking to me, you'd still hear both voices. And I go, it's so different.
So different.
The speakerphone just hits a frequency
right.
that whoever is next to you, unless it is there are females out there that have a voice and a laugh that will carry across a dining room. I agree. That happens.
Yeah.
But for 99.9% of it, no one sounds like the voice on the speakerphone.
Right.
And it doesn't hit that crackly. It's just so disruptive.
Even a loud talker like me, when I'm constantly being told by my family and friends, because I will get like this and excited and very loud. But somehow it's not the same as hearing it blasting out of the cell phone like that. And it's just so obviously inconsiderate that and it's not just kids. I mean, you know me, I love to bag on millennials and Gen Zers. I go to this Desert Wind coffee shop a lot, and most of the clientele there is older. And they'll be sitting there having business conversations. There'll be 3 of them going on around me, and I'm just trying to sit there and read a book while over a cup of coffee. So it's like all age groups are doing it. It's almost like we just think we're in this little bubble when we have this phone on, and nobody cares or nobody's paying attention. It's amazing to me. I'd like to think of some analogy of rudeness, of just being that noisy and rude in public. But as an older person, it didn't exist until really in the last 20 years. I mean, this kind of rudeness did not exist in 2005, okay? Just didn't. And people talked on their cell phones a lot, but it wasn't like it is now, you know what I mean? When we still had the flip phones and all that kind of thing. There was some decorum in public. It seems like it's all been lost now.
I'm trying to think. There's some others. I think this happened to me recently, but I can't, I'm struggling to recall what exactly the story was, but I remember being out and just constantly looking over my shoulder like, really? We're still doing this? And I think it might have been someone's phone kept dinging, like, ding.
Yeah, every time they get
ding,
a text or an email
ding,
or whatever.
And I'm like, silence, vibrate, something else. Like,
well, someone said to me
gosh.
I complained about this on Twitter one time, and they said what they do is they just have a fake conversation and start screaming into their phone, alongside the person. I went,
that's funny.
It is funny, and it takes some chutzpah, but yeah, that might be the only defense.
So yes, David K., we are with you on the technology problems we have. Up next, John, take it away.
Tom S., nothing irritates me more, at least this week, than suggested tip amounts that include tax and any bullshit fees, e.g. CNF, credit card surcharge, etc., in the calculation. I'm not sure I understand this. I think they're basically saying...
Oh, like when you get a receipt, and at the bottom it says suggested...
tip, but they're asking you like 20% on the surcharge and on the tax and on everything, rather than just the food that you ordered.
Yes.
Okay. I'm with you, Tom S.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole suggested tip thing.
Also, I'm just annoyed by the bullshit fees. That's a peeve on its own.
Yeah. So you actually, within this one little peeve, there's like 5 little peeves. Okay.
Well done.
Well done, Tom S.
You've got little nesting peeves in there.
Yeah, because it's just one after the next, and you just, by the end of it, you want to scream. Okay, so listener questions.
Okay, Anissa D, big fan of the show. Podcast, been listening since 2023. Thank you, Anissa, for the support. And before our first visit to Las Vegas, didn't steer us wrong on that visit. We're headed back later this month to head out to Bryce Canyon and Zion to do some hiking. We'll be flying in and out of LV. We'll have 2 evenings in Vegas. One night we're reserved at Bar Bohème, seeking your input on the second evening, thinking either Cipriani's, Monzu, or Main Street Provisions. Your recommendation, which to choose of the 3, appreciate it.
So let me give you my reply. So I wrote Anissa D back.
Wait, I think, it's down below.
Yeah, actually, it was a little out of order on our tip sheet here. So what I said was, it all comes, and when people ask me questions like this, and I've fielded them a lot in my day, I always want to ask a question back, because it's you just don't know what they're looking for. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for. I mean, Cipriani is dressier. It's northern Italian food with impeccable service, a lot of great pastas and proteins, but very simple, very direct, very northern Italian, authentically northern Italian. Not a lot of cheese, not a lot of red sauce or anything of that nature. So you have to be ready for that. It's very much a strip restaurant in terms of pricing, but it's still a lot of fun, and it's great people watching. Monzu, of course, our favorite of the show.
Love you, Gio.
Gio has fantastic pizzas and pastas, much more casual, with a definite Sicilian bent. It's a great locals hangout, great wine list. It's something very unique in Italian food. So if you're looking for a more locals experience, it's also authentically Southern Italian, with an owner who's there who curates this menu in an incredibly detailed way to give you the best of his pizzas and pastas, and everything he does there is just spot on. And he has one of the greatest wine lists, Italian wine lists in town. So that's Manzu. And then I always end with Main Street Provisions doesn't call itself a steakhouse, but that's what it really is. And it's really located in the heart of the hipster arts district. So if you're looking for something local and hip and meat-oriented, I mean, it's hard to go wrong with those three. So when Anissa D asked me which of the three I should go to, they're three so distinctly different restaurants, it's hard to recommend one. So all I can do is give her my little thumbnail review and say what fits your mood.
I can't wait to hear where you end up and what your thoughts are. So let us know. Next up, we have from Eileen G. Big fan, been listening since I moved here in 2020.
But big disagree.
On Burgundy Cafe, at least as far as their Croque Monsieur goes.
Croque Monsieur?
Was there last week of August, and it was really disappointing. Cafe Brège is much better, even if it is further from me. Eileen G., I don't know if I've had the
Croque Monsieur?
Yeah, I don't think I've had it, so I can't say that. And
I've had them both, and she's right.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think Cafe Brège is better. So I agree. I'm not going to dismiss Burgundy Cafe because they do a lot of nice things there, but I think the food is a little more finely tuned at Cafe Brège.
There you go.
If you're a true Francophile.
So Eileen G., you're spot on.
Yeah. So okay, now when we the Mighty from Mighty Albu.
Yeah, this was a social media comment DM from. I hope Ash can give a review. And they were commenting on Bubbles and Burgers, the masterclass series at Wynn, which happened already this week. I did not go, Mighty Albu. Three of America's leading chefs, Antonio LaFossa, Megan Vaughn, and Angie Marr, were demonstrating how to prepare their signature burgers in a bun-to-bun competition. I saw this. I was tempted, but let me say this. I tend to be a purist when it comes to burgers, and these screamed chefy all over it.
Yeah.
And there's no quicker way to make me run for the hills than making a burger too chefy. A burger really is about the meat,
Right.
about the meat to bun ratio, and the simplicity of each ingredient, and making sure they actually add to it. And it's not to be cute. It's not to try and be the most unique, etc. We saw that in our burger competition. I hated. What was it? 666 Steakhouse.
Yeah.
And it was
when they're putting brisket on top of the burger or foie gras on top of the burger. I mean, they're always thinking up something.
It's just not me.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, some people go for that, but it's too gimmicky for purists like ourselves.
YouTube comments again. A lot of love for Josh and Rachel. So we got to just say they're not all listed here, but I've gone in and tried to respond to almost every one by now. Thank you for finding us. Really cool.
But then George, friend of the show, George Katsianis, can't disagree more on Mateo's. Oh, George, you wound me. You mean I mean, and I thought we were friends. Okay. He says.
The three of you must get the John Curtis experience when you visit. We went years ago, the night they changed their name. I got a plate of overcooked meh pasta.
Meh.
Great millennial word. Meh.
Yeah, George, you're a little old for a millennial, but I'll allow it.
Yeah, since you use slap and no
right.
cap,
and
we'll allow
mid
it.
and sus.
And then he also said begrudgingly returned after John's constant praise on the show, and got the same plate of crappy pasta. Literally walked over to Cipriani to wash the taste out of our mouth.
I don't know, George. We got to go. Okay, we're gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go.
I responded. I said, George, it's interesting. I've never gone with John, and I haven't had a bad meal. So I don't think. And I'm on the Strip. No one knows me, George. I fly under the radar. I go in. No one knows who I am. So I definitely wasn't getting special treatment.
She takes that little mask thing and go.
I should, because I can only imagine how much better it is. But we should go together.
Yeah. I've probably been to Mateo's a dozen times, and they've always known me. But I don't. They're not cooking me anything that's not on the menu. I mean, it's and I've never had a bad meal there.
Hey, George, I'm with you. I think between the two, I'd probably go to Cipriani.
Well, it depends on what you want. I love the fresh pastas at Mateo's. I do. And I like the wine list at Mateo's a lot more. I do.
Oh.
And I like, the appetizers are more interesting at Mateo's. But okay. So we're gonna okay. I go to Cipriani every week. So I mean,
Yeah.
I can, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying there's a little more variety. Cipriani, like I said a few minutes ago, is a very
a purist.
distinct type of food. But
Yeah.
Mateo's tries to go all over the Italian peninsula and giving you tastes of different things. So it's a different experience, exactly. So okay, so we'll just agree to disagree on that one, George. Even though I hate that term, but yes.
And then at ICD1156, Josh and Rachel sent me, can you do a show on your favorite local restaurants? Paren, I'm a fan of Nora's on West Flamingo Road. End paren. So here's the thing. We tend to always tell people, forget Nora's, go to Manzu.
Yeah.
But we did record a top 3 episode, so that's coming out. Hang in there.
You're right. Yes, and it's all local. Well, not all, but a lot of it's local restaurants, right?
Yes, and strip restaurants, but yes, all Vegas. It's all of our favorites, and we break it down by category. We do coffee house, we do burgers, we do Italian, we do it all. So check out that restaurant, but just know we're pushing you outside of your comfort zone. So have fun, buckle up. From at Ballbomb, it's sad, but John nailed it when talking about losing Vetri. It would have fit in perfectly in the early days of the win, but Vegas cannot currently process that an incredible Italian restaurant would not have meatballs nor pizza on the menu.
Yeah, true.
That space was once Nove Italiano, I believe, really basic red sauce and steak place that was a fun but not a foodie destination, and it probably makes financial sense to bring in a similar concept.
Let me respond. You're almost right at Balbom. Nove was in the other tower. Nove, Vetri is at the top of the Palms, and Nove was the top restaurant in the other one. It was very good. Gino Bernardo was the chef there for years, but and he did some really interesting stuff there for a while. But yeah, he skewed a little more classic Italian, but was wonderful until he moved on. And the Fertitas, not the Fertitas, but the
tribe,
the
San Manuel.
No, the guys before it. The Maloufs sold it before once they Maloof sold it. He was history. But Balbom, you're calling it correctly. I mean, Vetri was sort of late to the game. Obviously, the COVID shutdown did it no favors. I think had there not been the COVID shutdown, the sale to the Indian tribe, blah blah blah, and just the change in the general zeitgeist of Vegas over the last 5 years. It might still be here, but Vegas. I always said Vetri's too good for Las Vegas. It really is. It's up there in that hotel. It's never going to get the clientele it deserves.
I wonder if it's going to try to move elsewhere.
I don't think so. I think he's just going to keep his places out at
Red
the
Rock?
one at Red Rock and the pasta place at Durango Station. That's what I think he's going to do. He's probably makes a lot of money there. So then we go Tom Elliott. Tom Elliott, 3181.
Oh, this was our episode with John Reza.
Yeah, James Reza.
James, yes, sorry, James. It's been a long show and day.
All the
and
cool
week.
guys are named John. We all know that. Okay. That was excellent. Loved hearing about Vegas history and future. I'm a 50-plus native. I hear you. So am I. I'm 50. I long for the days of being 50-plus. That enjoys trying out the affordable places you've been to. Ash, of course. Thanks for listening and watching. We'll continue to go to places worth your money, both high and low price points. Very nice response, yes.
Is
Ash.
that my voice? Did you just call me ass?
I said Ash. Shh.
I probably deserve it.
I can't be the first person that's failed to put the H on the end of your name.
A lot of them intentionally,
All right.
so don't worry.
That was unintentional. So you take the next one from
emails. Sam from San Diego. Hello, Sam from San Diego here. Been sending notes.
I've run into Sam a few times here in Las Vegas.
Any comments on the closings and new plans for both District 1 and EDO Tapas? They seem to have been show favorites, but I haven't heard you mention anything. Supposedly, EDO has got another concept they're working on, don't know if District 1 is thinking about anything new. So the EDO guys, they're all over the place. They've got Anima. They're opening a like tavern bar gastropub right next to Anima where the DW Bistro was. They're up in Seattle, but the EDO Tapas location, my understanding is that it is going to be Oscar's little chef playground where he's going to just kind of have tasting menus and it's going to change and he's going to test stuff and have fun with it. So don't know anything beyond that. And I don't know when it's opening. And then they've also got their place on Paradise, which is supposed to open end of October, maybe early November.
And that's going to be French.
And that's like French-Spanish.
Yeah.
Yes.
French-Spanish.
They're into the
French-Italian. I guess
or
so.
is it French-Italian?
I think it's be French-Spanish.
I think it's French-Spanish. But yeah. And I'm forgetting what it's named.
French-Spanish is usually known as Basque cuisine because, the Pyrenees, the border, the Pyrenees are the border between France and Spain. And, well, we'll see what they do.
Is it called brasserie? What are they calling it? I forgot.
Do not know.
Sorry, Sam, I can't be more helpful.
We try to keep up with everything, but sometimes,
And I don't know anything about District 1.
I heard nothing about District 1. I think they just had their run and they're done. Mm-hmm. Okay. Christine, great gal who ran it for years, owned it for years. I just heard she was folding the tent after 11 years there, and, who can blame her? It's a tough business. All right, and David K. sends us a long one.
Wait, Matt B. P.S.
Matt B.
Recently hit Jive Turkey. Burger and chicken nuggets were awesome. Also hit up happy hour at the new sports bar on Main Street. The value is unreal. On the list is May Dailies for their Caesar salad soon. Great spots. I think the place you're talking about is right next to District Deli. I think that's called the Stadium or something.
Well, there's Abel Baker.
Yeah, in between there.
Oh,
there's a new place. I think it's called the Stadium. I haven't been yet, so cool to hear. Now go to David K.
Well, David K. is a long one, so apologies. I'm going to truncate it. Not only that, I'm going to shorten it a bit. Feel free to disagree, as we always do. He talks about how many of the David K. is not a spring chicken like myself. Mm-hmm. He goes on a long thing about I do not want to go to the strip to see fat people wearing cargo shorts, T-shirts with their baseball caps turned backwards, walking the sidewalks with those cheap plastic foot-tall drinks with a straw. It's a big no for me. And you're right. Back in the day, and before that, he precedes it with back in the 60s and 70s and even the 80s, people got a little dressed up to come here. And now that has gone completely out the window. We're just Branson, Missouri with casinos. Yeah,
that's his take. The bean counters are going down to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah, and they can make more money that way.
Yep.
You make more money selling tacos than you can, selling,
But recently it's
fine French food.
And recently I heard that this whole like Vegas is dying isn't actually impacting the high-end properties. They're not feeling it. That the high-end restaurants and properties are not experiencing the same struggle. I just read that.
Well, it kind of feels like Vegas is aiming more at the high-end properties, and the mid-market is the one being turned off by the parking and the surcharges and the resort fees and the the $28 burgers and the $18 beers. And I don't blame them because I could see why that would impact them. I mean, let's face it, the people that go to the Bellagio, the Circuit the Bellagio, or Bazaar Meat or Cut Steakhouse, they don't, an extra $30 or $40 doesn't really affect them that much. They don't think about a resort fee as being like, well, that's kind of a ripoff. They just pay it. Mm-hmm. But, at a mid-level, it's like, pennies aren't necessarily being pinched, but, the difference between something costing $100 and $140 gets their attention.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's the market that's being impacted. So, David K., we hear you. I wish we would go back to dress codes. I just don't see it happening. I think in certain places, there's almost like de facto dress codes in nicer places. We were at Bazaar Meat the other night, and most of the people are dressed up there, especially the women. Remember I pointed this out to you?
Oh, yeah.
All these tables, there's a really nicely dressed gal one gal was right in my sight line. She was kind of middle-aged, but very attractive, had a black dress coming off one shoulder and everything, and you could tell her hair and makeup were done. She's sitting with a guy, her husband, with a golf shirt and faded jeans on, okay? And it wasn't even a nice golf shirt, okay? He looked like he literally could have just gotten done cutting his yard or emptying or cleaning out the garage.
Yeah.
They get up to walk away, and I'm like, and again, I said this a million times, I blame you women, okay? You women are let the guys get away with it. You're dressing for each other. And so, oh, well, my husband, my boyfriend, he just wants to be comfortable. But right behind me, remember, same restaurant, there was this young Asian couple.
I think we were, okay, yes.
And she looked adorable, and he had like a baseball cap and a T-shirt on, okay?
And sneakers.
And sneakers. And it's like, what the
And shorts. I think he was in shorts.
Yeah. I mean, but the girls are dressing up, and you let these guys. Are you that desperate for men, women, ladies? I mean, that some slob is the only one paying attention to you. You let him get away with fashion murder in restaurants?
Yeah, I guess.
The question needs to be asked.
At least none of them had their nails painted. I guess that's a win. I mean,
That's
I think
true.
that's hard to find anymore.
So
What else?
That's David K. I think that's kind of a wrap on our. Oh no, there's. Oh, we got a couple more. I'm sorry.
We got more. David K. he went on the large ice cube thing where the Fountain Blue, they ordered Manhattans with large ice cubes, $4 per cube charge. Yeah, I agree. Insane. That is a fee and a cost that the restaurant needs to just eat.
Yeah, and I don't care whether you're worth $1 gazillion or worth $20
Or don't have them.
Nobody wants to pay that. I mean, you just feel like you're ripped off the minute you see it.
Or build it into the fucking price of the
Right.
drink.
Yeah, the drink.
Like, just it's not that hard.
Ridiculous. Okay.
Basilico went. Food's always good. And surprised to learn of free entertainment at a reasonable hour for us old folks preferring to retire early. So thank you, David K. Anyone who wants entertainment while they eat, check out Basilico's website, basilicolv.com, entertainment, events, entertainers.
Okay, so I think that's going to pretty much do it. I mean, for us.
David K. has a pet peeve. This is a good one on his other email.
Yeah, okay, sorry. We had to plow through a lot of stuff
Carver
here.
Steak has a dress code, but his pet peeve is that they don't enforce it. He was surrounded by diners wearing shorts and T-shirts and one with a baseball cap. Since when is that business casual? I think since COVID, my friend. I think
the world's gone to shit since COVID. Let's just face
because
it.
people work behind at their home,
Right,
and
and
their PJs.
again, it's just the same thing. I mean, I'm a broken record on this. I mean, it's the men that just, and you're right. You put a dress code up there, and I think all they do with the printed dress code is hope it shames somebody into trying to look a little nicer. But I don't think restaurants are prepared, especially at the steakhouse level, to look at somebody and say, you cannot eat here because you're not dressed up enough.
Golden Steer does.
Golden Steer does. They won't let people with flip-flops.
Who was it? Someone was just telling us a story where they put booties, like, the little real estate booties.
Well, these were influencers that came in in their shorts and flip-flops, and Amanda or somebody said, you can't come in, and they made them put the booties on if they're going to come in.
And so props to the Golden Steer. I know you hate to do that. But they enforce.
No. There's a lot of things I love about the Golden Steer, but the dress code is one of them.
Cipriani dress code.
Yeah, Cipriani will. I think. Well, you come to Cipriani and you meet three guys in really expensive suits, looking right at you, going, and I think they've shamed a few people to just walk on.
Yes, I know someone who was shamed out of a short suit as a male.
Really?
Who showed up as a joke. Fun show, John.
Read the room, men.
Yeah.
I just blame guys. I mean, really, all you gals, and I mean all you gals, from 15 to 75, you seem to know how to dress in public most of the time. It's the men that are really bring the whole thing down. And to me,
Do we blame the wives, the moms,
the girlfriends,
all of them? Just blame all the women in that.
Because it's up to you. I mean, you all control this, and you just don't know it.
And you'll feel better. Dressing up makes you feel better, more confident when you go into these rooms.
Why do you let men get away with it?
I don't.
You don't, but it seems like half the females in the restaurants in the world do. It's like, I don't care. He's in a T-shirt. I think you all just.
Well, I also think there's a celebrity thing with it. Celebrities go out wearing whatever they want, and celebrities are now photographed and more visible, so everyone thinks that's the fashion.
Right.
And no, it's not the fashion.
Ben Affleck looks like this. Why can't I?
Yeah, because he's Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I get it. Johnny Depp, with his hats. Well, at least if you wear a cool hat, you can get away with a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So look more like Johnny Depp. And with that one.
And on that note, we are out of here, people.
Good night, Canada. Dress up more.
Yes.